planet with only women? Would you live on a planet with only women?
I'm gonna say yes.
Of course. No question about it.
Absolutely. I would be pleased, happy, safe. Oh my God, my life would be. Hold on. Chef's kiss.
Period.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Why not? Women are beautiful.
I would, but I need to have some type of, rocket ship that will take me to a planet with the men too.
Because women are smart enough that we'll be able to reproduce on our own through science, and we'll be able to make things that we need to do all the stuff that we use guys for, like get stuff off the top shelf and stuff like that. So we can figure that out.
You know what? I agree. I approve this message.
Both sides. I need both sides, but definitely. I'll spend most of my time with the women.
Okay, I like that too. Gotta have the best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds. I can't just have one.
Like, it's women. Duh.
You heard her.
Hot gal everywhere. No problems. Of course. Of course.
Amen.
My dream world. My dream world. Oh,
I love it. Would you live on a planet with...
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 9, verse 13. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing. Call her Layam Lab, Al-Banawa, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Quadash. Double honor to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and the byways. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Salutations to you speckled birds, you Israelite foreigners. And shalom to the Akwaf, sitting and listening in silence as the scriptures say to do so. Proverbs chapter 9, verse 13. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing. And this is a prime example of foolish women not understanding that you are actually dependent on your men. Okay, that you actually need a man to survive, a man to provide, a man to basically protect you and be your hedge. Okay, but the indoctrination of Esau has literally had and have you women thinking that you are above the man, you don't need the man, and furthermore, you're the only nation, you Israelite women, so-called black, Latinos, Native and Sindel Indian women, so-called, you're the only women, especially, the Southern Kingdom, you're the only women that boldly and proudly voice that you don't need the men of your nation, which is which was an agenda and a plan for you to help destroy your nation. Okay, because and then on top of that too, there was TV shows. I forgot the name of the TV show exactly, but you had it's an island show, survival of. I forgot what it's called, Salaki. But you had a group of men and you had a group of women. Okay, and the women, were circling in the same path, and the men were thriving, just to survive. The men were executing things and eating and creating shelter, etc. And at one point, the women had to literally humble down and go seek guidance, protection from the men. Okay, so to literally think that you can survive, you can progress in life without men, it's just crazy, man. Just crazy. Okay? But let's continue, because I made a statement and we're going to grab that through the scripture, man. Let's go to the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 11. I'm going to read this in two translations. Chapter 11 verse 3. But I fear lest by any means as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted. Okay, and that's what happened, man. The serpent, again, indoctrinated you with his BS, made you feel good, told you that, you don't need your man, and, you can go to school, get all types of degrees. You can be the head of the household. I got your back, daddy government, I'll raise your kids. I'll make sure that you have housing and programs that's going to help you with these pagan holidays for you to be able to celebrate with your children. I'll pay for daycare, free lunch for school, all these things, man. Okay, so you're not the most educated, you're the most indoctrinated, if that's the correct term to say it. Okay? Now let's read this in a different translation. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 11, and I'm going to go to the AMP, verse 3. 2 Corinthians 11, verse 3 in the AMP. But I am afraid that even as the serpent beguiled Eve by his cunning. Okay, you're not going to die. Once you realize this, realize that, you'll be as a god. And what's the main thing that these black bitches say? I'm a queen. I'm a goddess. I'm this, I'm that. Okay, they truly believe that men were made and established to serve them. Because everything is upside down in this place, man. Everything is literally upside down. And again, the only women, the main ones, are the Southern Kingdom, the so-called Negroes, Haitians, and West Indies. Okay, those are the main ones. But the rest of the tribe follows, mainly Judah, because Judah's the one really being vocal and bold about that and proud about it. But you don't see any other nation. You don't see the Edomite women. What you also like, you might now, because the curses, as slowly attaching to them. They're starting to get a taste of what's going to be placed upon them in the kingdom. But you don't hear, the Moabite, the Ammonite, okay, the Hamite, the Ishmaelite. You don't hear none of these women saying that they don't need their men. Okay, and you don't publicly see them disrespecting and disregarding them, men, like they're nothing. Okay, 2 Corinthians 11 verse 3 in the AMP. But I am afraid that even as the serpent beguiled Eve by his cunning, your minds might be corrupted, okay, indoctrinated, and led away from the simplicity of your sincere and pure devotion to Hamashiach, man. Because our women are supposed to be taught just as well as our men, to taught the correct ways to govern yourself and to govern, our people, and to how to conduct ourselves according to the law, statutes, and commandments, man. Okay, everybody's supposed to be in order, and Babylon the Great, everything is out of order, man. All right, but let's continue. Everything is literally out of order, man. And it's going to come a time in the very near future where these women are going to have to literally eat their words, man. Because it's all hell is going to break loose, man. And you're not going to be able to fight off no damn man. You're not going to be able to prevail over a man. It's going to be a point, and it's going to be a lot of y'all getting it took. Okay, and you're not going to have a choice on which man's going to take it, neither. All right. This is Sirach chapter 5 verse 2. Follow not thine own mind, and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart. And this is the prime example of one thought of these women's mind. They want things done their way. They believe that they're the main character in the whole world. Everything revolves around them. Okay, that the spotlight should always be on them. Okay, it's a real selfish, lovers of their own selves type spirit. In 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 2, I believe. Okay, and and they want to have life of pleasure, man. Because a woman, they get bored quick. They have to be entertained. They like drama. Because again, they believe that they're the main character in the world, and everybody should be focused on them, concerned on how they feel and what they want. It sounds good when they saying these things, but they don't logically analyze things correctly. Because it's all emotions. It's how it makes them feel good. And they don't see that it's wicked as hell to literally, publicly, proudly, and boldly Because basically they're not, saying all men. They're saying the men of our nation. So-called black, Latino, Hispanic, Native, and Seminole Indian. That's what they're saying. They're not saying, the white man. They're not saying the Hamite. No, they're talking about Jake. Okay? So again, Sirach 5 verse 2. Follow not thine own mind. Because what does it say in Jeremiah 17 verse 9? The heart is desperately wicked. And who can know it? Roughly paraphrasing, man. And and also in the book of Sirach, in this book right here, Sirach chapter 3, where it says, an evil suspicion have overthrown your judgment. Roughly paraphrasing that. And this is a prime example of having an evil conclusion that's overthrowing your judgment, and bringing is more likely going to bring you to be destroyed, man. Okay? Because you want to follow your own heart because you believe, it's also too, Salaki, it's also that bullshit sisterhood shit. Regardless of what it is, we have to stick together. This is us over them. Let's continue, man. Let's grab 2 more precepts and close it out, man. Because the Lord's going to make y'all eat these words, man. It's going to come a time when you're going to wish that you had a husband, that you wasn't single out here attempting and trying to live your best life. You're going to regret all this, man. Okay? So this is the book of Colossians. Colossians chapter 2, verse 8. Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit after the tradition of men. And that's what happened. Because again, the devil, the adversary, this red silverback cave gorilla, he gave you a vain and a fraudulent deceit and philosophy that's not beneficial for you, but it's destructive towards your nation. Okay, because you want to be the head of the household. You want to be the head honcho. You want to be the one that calls the shots and also have dominion and what is it? The say so over your husband, over men. You want to conquer men, and it also goes into penis envy too, man. And to literally really believe the nonsense when you know for a fact what you see through history and through everyday life, that everything that is orchestrated and formulated was mainly done by men. The reason why you have so much comfort, so much security to even spew your madness is because you have that security that was given to you by men. And mainly the damn adversary, the enemy, man. To go against your own nation, man. Okay, but again, you've already accomplished the goal that he wanted to achieve. Now you're useless. Now you're going to be put in the pot with the same men and the same people that you despise of your own nation. Judgment. The recompense. Okay, and what is that? Accountability, man. Accountability is literally on the way, man. And you can't run. You can't hide. You can't duck and dodge it, man. The Lord is going to make you eat all those words, all those thoughts, all those actions. Okay, because a lot of you Israelites, you men, you women, y'all proud as hell. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Roughly paraphrasing, I believe Proverbs 16 verse 19, if I'm correct, or 16 verse 9. Okay. So again, Colossians 2 verse 8, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, useless. Okay, producing no results, no cause. After the tradition of men, after the rudiments of this world, because this world is wicked, it's evil. It's made to keep you in error. It's made to keep you disconnected, rejected from Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. This place, this captivity was not made for you to succeed, for you to elevate, for you to grow. No, it was made for your demise, man. It's a snare, a trap, constantly, man. and not after Hamashiach. Okay, so let's close out because the point is made. And again, the Lord is going to make you eat your words, your actions, your thoughts, because you need us. And furthermore, you Israelite women need your men. Women in general need men. Okay, you're dependent on men. All right, so this is Sirach 36. Salakia. Barak Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Barak Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Salakia. No, so this is Sirach 36, and we're gonna read verse 34. Salakia 24. Sirach 36 verse 24. Salakia 25. Salakia, forgive me. Sirach 36 verse 25. Where no hedge is, okay, because again, the man is your hedge, the man is your guidance, the man is your protection, the man is your leader, your strong stay. Okay, and also go into I believe it's Isaiah 32 and 13, where it tells you that the Lord will make a man more precious than fine gold, and also that the man will be a hiding place from the wind. What is that? Destruction, judgment, mayhem, chaos. Okay, so again, Sirach 36 verse 25, where no hedge is, no man, because you don't need him. You a boss bitch. You a bad bitch. You know, you've been watching too many movies with women beating up men and believing you can do that shit. You believe in the delusion of fiction, which is really non-fiction, because you know, again, everything's the opposite. I believe non-fiction is true and fiction is fantasy. Okay, where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled. And how was you spoiled? By being indoctrinated with the philosophies of this devil, drinking that wine of Babylon, and y'all are staggering and drunk. And again, that's going to cause you to eat your words. Okay, to take heed to your actions, because it's going to come a time in the very, 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 very near future where you're going to regret partaking and saying everything that you believed. Okay, Sirach 36 verse 25, where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled. Okay, and that's what we see, man. And that's why we need Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua to send Yahushua to give us salvation, redemption, man. Because our people are sick, and there's only two ways for them to be cleansed and cured. Either the Lord going to wake you up in this truth, or you're going to be destroyed, man. That's the only way. So I don't want Ratazah, man. I hope and I pray that this is edifying, uplifting, and informative to the true sincere Aki and Wa Akwav. So with that, I'm just going to say, Shalom.